record and share screen. Share Microsoft Whiteboard. Okay, so I've got my whiteboard here. Let's go ahead and increase the pen size a bit. That seems fine. All right, so first off, a complete tree. So, okay, first off, this tree, so if we have a tree that's just as this, just the root, this is a perfect tree. It is a full tree because it has no children, because all the nodes either have 2 children or no children. And it's complete because on the bottom row of it, all the nodes are filled in from the left to right. Which file is supposed to be put at the top of the project? PG 100 should definitely be put at the top level so that it can be read. If you're having, make sure you're reading the reading file from example should be in the default package or whatever package you have along with everything else. So this is a complete tree. It is not full or perfect. Whoa. What was that? Okay. So, and this tree is again perfect and full and complete. So let's go and do a more accurate example of something that looks. So this tree is not any of those qualities. It is neither perfect, nor is it complete, nor is it full, right? Not all the nodes have, so we have a bunch of nodes. None of them have, there's a node here that has, sorry, there's a node that's just one child, right? Sorry, this guy has only one child. So it's not full. And also it's not perfect because this bottom row isn't filled up, right? A perfect tree of height H, right? This is height 3. So it should have 2 to the third minus 1 nodes in it. And what's 2 to the third? 2 to the third is 2, 4, 8, minus 1, 7. So it should have 7 nodes, and there's only 6 here. And then finally, complete, right? This part has to be perfect, which it is, but this bottom row has to be filled left to right. The perfect quality, sorry, complete. Yeah, for a complete, it needs to be filled left to right. So this would be complete and full. This would be complete, but not full. This is complete, full, and perfect. All right. Now, with regards to how the tree and the homework is structured, let's go and write the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, just because that's a sentence everybody should recognize. All right, so suppose this is what's in our file. Your understanding is correct. The use of the complete nodes will come in. You'll see that when we start working with priority queues in the heap chapter. So, okay. So this is the way the note that our nodes are going to be organized. So let's assume, so I'm going to put, here we go. I'm going to put these. Oh, what's going on? Come on. All right, come on. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put these, let's make sure that, okay. I'm going to put these lines here as these red lines as line dividers. Okay. So this will be, so we're going to go and be non-computer science and start from and say, this is line 1, this is line 2, line 3, line 4, and line 5. Everybody okay with that? Everybody okay that that basically this is how I'm going to do it? Makes it easier than me having to rewrite it. All right, so let's go ahead and write our tree then. Okay, so what we do is that we assume we parse all the words correctly. So the first thing we're going to do is parse the word the. So that means that the becomes the root. So this root node, this index node, has a couple things in it. It's actually going to be a pretty nice big node. So it's going to have the word the in it, which is kind of acts like the key for the entire node. It's how we know what it's going to sort with. We also know that it's going to appear in, we've also know that it appears in line 1. So we put that into a list in here. Okay. And we've seen it once. I'm not going to bother writing the length, how many times we've seen it down, because that's a fairly easy thing we can keep track of. Okay, so now we're going to go for quick. Does Q come before T or after T? Or S? Q, R, S, T, right? So it comes before, right? So what we'll do is that, so we compare quick to the. Quick comes before the, so it's going to go to the left. So we're going to put quick over here. Okay. And inside, we'll also put that it occurs on line 1. Brown will go over. So next we go to the next line. And we get the brown. There are a lot of extraneous letters in the English language. I don't really see why we need both a C and a K, because C has both of its functionalities taken by K and S. Q can also be discarded because yeah, K and W. I suppose, though, that you do have the CH that does make the ch sound. So there is that. Because you don't have a single phoneme for that. But anyway, we're quickly veering into linguistics, which is related to computer science. But anyway, so brown. So the quick brown fox. So brown would go over here. Right, and we put 1 and fox. So comes before this, comes after that. So fox would go over here. It's not meant to be a really balanced tree. That's okay. Sorry, this should go over on line 2, not line 1. Okay, and then jumps over. So yeah, if I remember that, if this results in a very, very, very awful looking tree. So Q, R, B, F, J. So F. So now we would put J. So J goes to left, goes to right. Sorry. Wait a second. No. What did I do? I messed up totally. This is what I get for trying to talk. So F goes before this, after this. Fox. And this goes into line 2. Brown fox. Okay. Line 2. Okay, and now we've got jumps over. J. So J comes after this. So yeah, it's a horribly unbalanced tree. Jumps. This was in line 3. And yes, I know my handwriting is terrible. I know I should have gone into medicine. It's that bad. Okay, jumps. And then over, but none of this is the important part. Okay. Once we get to the, right, we compare the to the and go, aha, the is already in here. So in this case, what we're going to do, since the is already in this, we go ahead. Oh, that was cool. Okay, because the is already in here. Okay, we are going to go ahead and add the occurrence of it in line 4, and then we're done. And then we'd go ahead and add lazy to over here. So what you're doing with these words is that you will basically, as you read the file, you'll start building it like you'll start building your tree just like you would any other tree of words, which is that you'd sort it alphabetically. But there's an included field, this word list, that has the that basically as we find another letter, we'd add it. So if I was running this again and I found quick on line 17 or something, I would just simply go through my tree. I wouldn't have a memory of what my memory wouldn't be able to tell me, hey, have I seen quick before or not? But let's see but once I hit quick, I'd say, aha, yes, I've seen it before. So rather than creating a new node, I'm going to add line 17. Harrison, are you directing that to the linguistics conversation that's going on in chat or to me? I mean, so on the one hand, some languages are like Japanese make it easy in the sense that you have phonemes for your so you have a syllabary. So basically every single letter gives you a consistent syllable. With some minor exceptions, I think. However, comma, then you decide to add in the kanji, and that just messes everything up, in my opinion. So, it's you can't really win with that. Oh, and then of course with languages. So I will leave. So I'm done with my example, and I'll just jump into this last conversation by introducing you to the concept of shibboleths. If you don't know what those are. Does anybody know what a shibboleth is? Can anyone say a shibboleth that I wouldn't be able to say? Yeah, yeah. Reed's got it. Reed has got it. It is coming from it comes from the Torah or the Tanakh rather, which says basically, hey, we're fighting these dudes. They can't pronounce this particular letter, they can't pronounce the sh sound because that's not in their syllabary. So if we hear s, we can't do that. Another indication is the classic kind of the Japanese has a sound that's halfway between an R and L, which makes English usage like that a bit tricky. Here is here's another one, basically to say, are you from here? Then pronounce this street. Here is one that was from the Frisian Rebellion of from 15 to 1523, which is actually really interesting. So let me new share. Oh, I wasn't sharing that screen, so give me 1 second. And new share, Wikipedia share sound. Just talking. So here, right, you've got somebody saying, pronounce this word or get out because you aren't actually resident in Louisiana or New Orleans. Here's another one from Butabrea. And then this is butter, rye, bread, and green cheese. Who cannot say this is a genuine Frisian, and it was used to basically show who was Frisian and who was not.
Boetebreeën en green cheese, wat dat net sizzen kin, is kin oprjochte Fries.
So there's a number of those kind of different ways that you pronounce things that kind of reveal whether you can understand it or not, or you can properly pronounce it or not. There are syllables that basically that you cannot pronounce, or that you will have trouble pronouncing, like because you are not a native speaker of the language of a language. For instance, my wife has trouble pronouncing the in Hebrew. So anyway, shibboleths are this very interesting thing because it's like, wait, I can make sounds with my mouth. Why can't I make this particular sound? And why do they have such an easy time making this particular sound with the mouth, with this mouth? So, all right.